Hello again, everyone. I am coming to you this morning. What is it? Saturday, July 18th, from downtown Wichita, Kansas. Um, this is where I'm going to be. Well, not downtown. I won't be downtown. I'll be in Wichita. Project I'm working on is over on the northeast portion of the city. And during this last week, um, I drove through here to go pick up the drawings, blueprints for the job, and I happened to catch quite a few pretty cool little spots. So I jumped on Google Maps and pinpointed a few that I wanted to kind of check out and experience. And the coffee shop that I stopped at this morning, um, I'll be adding some pictures, or I'm sorry, some video um, of that spot. I'll be editing them in, but it's called the Paranormal Cafe. I actually picked up a latte from them. Real nice ladies that worked there. I'm not sure if it was a mother and daughter, but they were very nice, very polite. I'd highly recommend it. It's a little tiny corner of a red brick building here in downtown Wichita. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of clip and edit some of the things in. I'm not gonna do a one shot vlog this morning like I did in the last one. I'm gonna do my best to edit and probably utilize my son to help me put this thing together. But I just had breakfast, so I could take my supplements this morning. I cannot remember what for the life of me. I'll walk by there, I'm sure, here in a second, and you'll be able to see the name of the restaurant here. This is a real nice um, downtown area, part of the downtown area. Got this real cool grassy area. As you can see, there's some folks sitting there. Just kind of a cool little spot to kind of hang out. It's got some shops and the restaurants down that way, and we'll walk by there and here in a minute. But also, oh, you turn there in the intersection. Interesting. Um, Everything's pretty much in walking distance here. Kind of has a subtle feel of, there's the Intruist Bank Arena there. There's a similar feel to downtown Omaha, Nebraska, where I lived last year. Kind of reminds me of there, and to be honest, I kind of miss it. Kind of miss living in a downtown area and in a high rise where everything's kind of in walking distance and nice parks and places to hang out. And it looks like they really did a good job of updating this area. But still have that charm, the red brick buildings. And then here's another one over here. Oops, don't mean to spin it too fast. Get that Spaghetti Works building back there. So just gonna walk around a little bit today, kind of see what's going on. I saw some really cool sculptures out on the sidewalks as I was driving through here the other day, as I was telling you. I'm gonna take a look at those, see what those are about. So let's get at it. So this is the park I was talking about here in the downtown area. Got a nice pavilion there, and again, this nice grassy area here. Ooh, got a little excited there. The name of the restaurant I just ate at was Homegrown Daytime Eatery. It's a breakfast and lunch spot. Very good food. Highly recommend. So you can hear the bell in the background there for the train, as you can see there in the distance. The Santa Fe train. Another thing I've noticed here in I almost said Omaha, in Wichita, it has the same feel. Um, one state away. Is how friendly everybody is. Everybody's super polite. The young ladies working at the homegrown restaurant also very polite. Sorry for the bit of a bounce there. Trying to get used to holding this little handheld tripod device here. So you may notice a couple of things already right off the bat from this video. I do have a microphone, as you saw when I was shooting in selfie mode. And for my son's correction, I'm shooting this thing horizontal as opposed to portrait. So landscape is definitely the way to go, especially when uploading onto YouTube. So my son was 100% correct, and correction has been made. And this is what I was talking about. As I was driving through downtown a couple of days ago, I noticed these sculptures. Very interesting. Trying to look up and research what they're about, but they go all the way down Douglas. That's the road here that I'm walking on. They go all the way down. I notice them kind of scattered about. See if I can find a few more. Just want to talk about these sidewalks. I love this red brick sidewalk here that they've got going on. Real cool feature. Again, you can see some of the redone facades of these buildings here, while still keeping a lot of the charm of the original facade. Real cool architecture here in Wichita. Just want to touch on something. I just walked by some protesters, and listen, First Amendment right in America is protected, right? It's in our Constitution, and I'm all for it. But, you know, when you're playing music that you clearly recorded yourself and you're wishing harm on people, you know, that's where I kind of draw the line. It's, you know, you got to be careful there. Things have a way of coming back around at you if you're not careful, wishing harm and death upon people that you don't agree with. Sitting down and having a civilized conversation is one thing, and I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I'm trying to be super political anyway, but just something to think about, America. You ever see another nice little grassy area? Kind of cool that they got these in this downtown area. I think this is attached to this Kansas College of Medicine here. Real cool. And something interesting just happened. I happened to walk by another group of protesters here. I won't give them too much notoriety, but I happened to walk by one, and because I knew they were local, I asked about those statues, if there's any significance. And you could tell at first she was a little bit already on the defensive, that I was just approaching her to ask her a question. But she seemed to calm down after a few minutes, so that was kind of nice. Again, I understand the frustration, but the inherent anger behind people's tones is a bit depressing at times. Come on, y'all. You can make your point without being nasty. Coming up on a few more of those pieces of art that I was telling you about. You know, one across the road here on Market in Douglas, and then one catty corner over this way. So I asked her what these pieces of art are about, and she said if there's anything significant about them, or if it was just, she said no, just local art that people did. That's all. No real significance or purpose behind them other than just something for the public. This one appears to be a little boy pushing a car up the sidewalk here. Yeah, it's just pretty neat, right? Pretty cool. And then the one over there looks to be a cow and her calf. Yeah, kind of cool as well. And there was a few back that way where I ran into those protesters, but I wasn't going to put them on camera or, again, give them any kind of notoriety. Some of the things they were hooting and hollering and the signs they had were, again, a little bit too edgy, even for myself. You got one right here. Look at this little duck and her duckling. Oop, got my silhouette there in there. It's pretty neat. Got some urban artwork here. Real cool stuff. And I like that that's allowed, accepted, and part of the charm of this building. Chalk Talks. That looks like it's what that's about here. This Chalk Talks. Oh, looks like we're coming upon another statue here. Looks like a little girl with her cat. It looks like she's gonna play hopscotch. Oh, someone coming up behind me, I think. Yeah, got a little girl here playing some hopscotch. Pretty neat. I think I saw one more across the road here. I could be completely wrong. Let's walk this way and see if I did in fact see that. Looks like they're setting up for some kind of like street event here. Oh, some lowriders there. Car show maybe. We'll keep walking down that way. Oh, yep, sure did. Got a guy here reading the paper or something. Yeah, reading the paper. All right. I'm gonna keep moving along here. I do have to keep in mind that I got to walk all the way back down Douglas, which is not a problem because, again, these downtown areas and these Midwest towns are not super huge. And my family and I have walked up and down New York City many a time. So walking through a downtown is not anything new. Looks like some kind of convention or museum or something here. Convention center and museum. Really might have to eventually invest in a better camera if this thing goes any further and I start getting a good amount of followers and views, because I feel like I'm bouncing this camera a little more than I want to be. It's probably making for an uncomfortable picture for you, but thank you for your patience working through a few of the bugs. A little fountain here. Intrust Bank seems to be a big donor around here. I see their name all over the place. Child there playing his instruments. It's an exhibition hall. That's what that is. Exhibition hall. That's what I was looking for. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, that's what it appears to be. Is they're setting up for some kind of car show event. Got this real cool semi here as well. Tipsy turtle. And I think I saw another little booth over here. It's like someone sells car parts or something right over there. That gentleman's talking to them now. But it seems like it goes all the way around. I think it's just getting set up. Obviously hasn't started yet. There's not a crowd as of yet, but walk over this way. I'm gonna take this other road so not to disturb the protesters that were clearly upset about a lot of stuff. So let's go down this road to get back towards where we came from. they're setting up all kinds of stages and tents and overtaking this whole section of downtown. I'm sure it'll be much more hopping later today, but we won't be here. We'll be back over towards the other side of Wichita. Little honesty for you. I was quite nervous about recording in public and just, you know, around people. But in today's world, today's age, everybody's doing this, right? So I guess it would be, they're probably just thinking to themselves, another crazy YouTuber, right? Another crazy vlogger pointing and shooting, talking nonsense. And it is what it is, right? Something else that I just kind of wanted to pick your old brain on. You know, I got a surprising response to me doing this from the people that I didn't think would respond. My kids. All right, yeah, we heard you. I suspected I would get something like, "Oh, there goes Dad doing something crazy," or "Oh, whatever, Dad, you just crazy old man, you don't know, you know." But the response I got was, "When are you picking it? When are you making? Sorry, when are you posting another video?" I was even told that I had a real good voice for this, that my cadence and take is actually well received. So that's a plus, and I want to thank my children for their kind words. My wife also very supportive. This just a hobby, right? Because I get to be on the road a lot for work and other things in life, hockey and my son's acting career. Which just a quick update for you on that. The showcase went well. An agency has reached out, asked for some more information, a few clips. So our oldest son is doing quite well, and the future looks bright for him. And these guys over there blaring their music a little bit, so continue walking around. Take a look at this building. This is the Wichita Sedgwick County Historical Museum. I'm thinking this was probably City Hall at one point. It says Mayor's Office up there. I'm not really sure, but this place is pretty good. Looks like it's a museum now, as you can see. Looks like they don't open till 1 o'clock today. On weekends, 1 to 5. Closed on Mondays. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 4. If you're interested or in the area. There's a shot back towards those gentlemen were playing music. And again, I had to pause the video briefly because of the copyright with the music they were playing. Not to mention it wasn't very family friendly. So heading down this way, looks like I just saw one of those protesters in their vehicle. Hey, got some guys up there having a good time. Wichita locals. Oh, they got a cool courtyard here for the museum as well. Oh, focus there. Real cool seating area in the courtyard. Trying to figure out my way around here a little bit, get to know the streets. As I may be posting again down here. You never know. As I find little cool places and spots that I like to hang out or eat. Again, I keep referencing it, but kind of like I did in downtown Omaha when I lived there last year. It was fantastic. I found spots that were, kind of my regular spots, and It's just real nice to explore these downtown areas. Again, looks like there's a lot of construction and work being done to improve, which is always nice. Looks like we're at the corner of Market and William. So I'm gonna cross here, make our way back towards the restaurant and the parking area, see what else we can find along the way. Something else I noticed that I never appreciated from the YouTubers that I follow and watch and have learned from, and walking and talking is trying to hold a camera steady or point and shoot. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Not sure why. I think it's because as you're walking, you're trying to control your breathing, and I want to maintain a certain cadence as I'm speaking. So, doing my best, everyone, to keep things as consistent as possible. This building's pretty cool. They're definitely making some major improvements here. I'm going to turn around and keep you in selfie mode when I show you this. This is really cool. This building is unique. That is way cool. See that building there? That is awesome. Oh, there's some more of those protesters. I'm going to cross here. Again, some of the things they were yelling and saying, and not family friendly. Again, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you sit on. I don't agree with anyone 100% of the time, but be civilized, people. Please be civilized. Just a really cool alley shot here. I love good alley shots. Alleyways in these downtown areas is really cool. You can see Ruffin there in the background. Just a real cool alley shot. And this may not translate the way I hope it does on video, the way it does in person. Just a really cool alley shot. Awake, but still dreaming of you. That's pretty cool. Alley shot. And here's another shot of this really cool building here that they're putting up. Big crane. And I should not have been surprised. It is a J.E. Dunn project. It's like a storefront here. But these businesses are not operational. It's like a lot of them have moved or moving. And not sure if the building's going to be renovated. Can't tell from this side anyway, or if it's just storage, or if they're waiting for this building to get finished and they're moving in. Who knows? Making our way back towards Topeka Street. And this is obviously a major bus transportation depot there for the city transit. I'm going to go ahead and make my way across Topeka here on William Street. And I hope this mic is working well. Again, something else that I was recommended to utilize, and purchased one on Amazon and used it for a call with my wife earlier, and she said it seemed like it worked pretty good. I just hope it's working good on these videos. I'll see once I start editing. Who knows? May have to scrap the whole thing and start over. I wanted to show this building or business. I saw it on the maps as well, but Eclectiques. What a cool name. Right next to Ray's Sales Company, retail and wholesale groceries. Just a lot of cool red brick buildings. Again, utilizing the existing and older and updating with the new. Wichita does a very good job at that. Here at the corner of William and Emporia. Something kind of cool and Most people probably wouldn't have noticed, but being that I'm in the contracting industry, construction business, how they utilize that part of the wall in the way they did, and it looks like they capped it with mortar to keep it as a decorative feature for that building is really, really neat. I just wanted to point that out. Another good shot of the Spaghetti Works building. I think that's really cool. Again, utilizing an old warehouse, updating probably the inside and not tearing it down. I love that. And a real cool smokestack here that also was saved and not torn down. I love when they keep history around and utilize it for something new, and even if it's just decorative. I think that's great. Adds some charm. Well, wasn't sure when I was going to do the outro or wrap up scene for the video, but I think now's a good time. A couple things I'm going to ponder on before making my next one. And again, I'm not sure how often I'm going to make these. I think I had said once, maybe twice a week, just as a job permits. But no promises, no guarantees. But again, if this takes off, if it starts going a little bit better, if I start getting more response, if I start getting more feedback, input, subscribers, comments, might start doing it a little more than once or twice a week. Definitely going to give myself a shave and a haircut before the next one. I think I'm getting a little scruffy, a little gray there, showing my age a little bit more than I'd like. Started my regimen, workout, healthy eating again. I gotta lose a few more of those pounds. I lost a considerable amount last year. Put on a few back, not all the way, but a few back. But I'm still shooting for a goal. My number, won't disclose that just yet, but would like to definitely get back on the healthy track. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, just want to do the outro video, or portion of the video, while I'm here at this really cool park downtown. So stay positive, be nice to each other, be kind to each other, and remember, there's a God out there that loves you. We'll see you next time.